Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. In the headlines, close to $1.5 million for road rehabilitation in Roseau Valley, Ministry of Public Works signs a solar lighting and road project, and government pursues vision to nationwide access to information technology. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
When you think about it, food is life. That's why people come to Dominica. They don't only come for the waterfall or the scenery or the views, but it's the flavor. Sometimes it is just what they can taste. The flavors that we have here, you can't find anywhere in the world. They are truly unique. I've been in business 17 years, and I see so many guests come and go. My business is to put a smile on their face and something good in their belly. Everything we serve here is local. It comes from all over Dominica. So we get fresh lettuce or vegetable or fish from Saint-Sauveur, all our product from the farm. Sometimes go on the farm and have them pick. The uniqueness of the experience is in how authentic it is. I heard the taxi driver promoting my plantain chips. I said, that's the best plantain chips I ever have. I don't have to go and put it on TV. Money is not everything, but leaving customer with a smile, friendly service, and they will come back. This is the real Dominica. I'm just proud to be a part of it. My name is Maurice Smith. They call me Rudy. Tourism is my business.
Thanks for staying with us. 8 contracts have been signed for road work projects in the Roseau Valley area to the tune of close to $1.5 million. On Friday, the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Valley, Dr. Colin McIntyre, stated that the aim of these projects is to create a seamless road network within the Roseau Valley.
The Roseau Valley has benefited tremendously from these projects, and we are tackling what you refer to as the village roads or the secondary roads. As you know, we have had challenges with some of these roads. We have been doing a pretty good job, but we have had some challenges, and our aim is to stamp out and create a proper road network throughout Dominica, but we in particular here today in the Roseau Valley. So we are targeting Trafalgar, Loda, Mount Prosper, and Cochrane, but Cochrane has already commenced their project because they're implementing the project through their Village Improvement Committee. I think they are probably even almost about 70% in terms of completion already. They're moving real fast. So today here is a little signing ceremony where we plan to sign a number of projects here. We will be signing projects for Loda here because we wanted to do all of them at one time rather than going, moving on. So we're going to do everyone here today. We'll work with Loda here today. VIC will also work with Trafalgar, and we'll work with Mount Prosper as well too.
The contractors for the projects are Alvin Charles, assigned to the Watton Raven Road, Curtis Luke, the Shofford Back Road, Kent Daniel, the Shofford Back Road, Hesketh Marie, the Shofford Back Road, Alvin John Baptist, the Mont Daisy Road, McDonald McGlaw, the Tankhead Road, Vincent DeQuental, the Cemetery Road, and Curtis Roll, the Primary School Road. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative encouraged the contractors to take these projects seriously.
I would like the contractors here to take their job seriously. As the chairperson mentioned, and as the government of Dominica and Parrep going to mention right now too, is you must deliver on time. We don't want you to come and say, well, oh, you're having a problem, your laborers are not turning up. We're not in this kind of business. This is serious business. We have the monies here, we'll talk about the monies just now, but we want to make sure that you deliver on time, you deliver quality work as well too. In concrete mix, there are certain proportions of, and this is not terrace roads we're building, fellas. No, we're not building terrace roads here. Terrace has its place, we know that. But we have invested in these projects here with sand, stone, BRC. So we're talking about roads for the future. And we want you to adhere to the standards that we are placing in these contracts here. Of course, the Public Works will be supervising. We have Mr. Jensen with us here. He will be definitely supervising this project, so make sure that we stick to the specs. You all must employ people from the area. Sometimes we have our friends, we want to bring our girlfriend brother, and this and that. No. Let's bring on the young guys who can work for us, man, to push these projects. Okay, fellas? Let's spread that bread. Because if we do a good job on that, we can, we'll be requesting more money from the government so we can continue the roads. And we have a few more roads to complete before we move on.
The Honorable Minister also noted that the Public Works will be supervising the project going forward. He remarked on the notable investment made into the Roseau Valley.
The valley benefited tremendously from these projects, right? In the valley, for example, just in Loda alone, the roads that we are tackling here, we got a total of 444,463.80 cents. That's tremendous. And we're looking at the balance of the roads to be completed in Loda. And we are working on the estimates as I speak right now with Mr. Jensen. So that's something good for us. In Mount Prosper, we'll continue working on the Mondaisy Road. Mr. Alvin is here with us. Alvin John Baptist from Mount Prosper. A very solid builder as well too. He will go on with that one. His contract is there and he'll sign it. And totally, when you look at Mount Prosper, Trafalgar, Shofford, we're looking at a pretty large sum. Actually, the valley is going to have in excess of about just under 1.4, close to $1.5 million that will be spent in the Roseau Valley on the secondary roads.
In more news, on Thursday, GIS News took a tour with Member of Parliament for the Paybush constituency, Roslyn Paul, to get a first-hand view of ongoing projects in that constituency. Shakira Pear filed this report.
Government has embarked on a project costing over $500,000 to fortify the Ansdime Bridge. This bridge is the only access to the Douglas Charles Airport in the north of the island. Earlier this month, the public was notified that the bridge had been compromised and drivers of vehicles weighing more than 5 tons were asked to seek an alternative route. For Honorable Paul, the commencement of this project reflects government's dedication to ensure the safety of citizens.
The works ongoing is as an interim measure, repairing it to ensure or to facilitate access at this point in time. So today they were pouring concrete because Offshore Marine has been given the project to bring it to a state of functionality, and the project is in the region of $500,000, and they have been progressing smoothly, and we would expect the project to come to an end within a few days.
Offshore Civil and Marine Inc. has been contracted for the project and 10 individuals are currently employed. GIS News spoke with contractor Malcolm Bertrand, who shared details of the project.
What we're basically doing is reinforcing the abutments and creating 2 new foundations so that we could reinforce the bridge deck slab with some steel beams and metal stanchions.
Another project completed in that constituency is a storm drain in Ansdime. This storm drain was completed at a cost of $21,000. Honorable Paul says the construction of this drain was a priority. She explained that during persistent showers, the water flowing from the drain undermined the health center and the Roman Catholic Church.
It was to divert the water, have a new waterway that it would join the main drainage along the highway. Prior to this, the water flowed through a culvert across the road, and it affected or undermined the area around the health center and the Roman Catholic Church. It always accumulated water, so there's always a swamp, and even today in dry weather you saw the swampy area. So what we've attempted to do is, what we did was to block the culvert and build a drain that would join the drain along the highway to use that outflow instead.
In Benz, a retaining wall costing $67,000 was constructed. After Tropical Storm Erica, residents in this area were affected by a landslide.
We had to take some urgent action and to build this retaining wall to ensure the safety of vehicle users and the safety of the villagers below. It's over 100 feet of wall.
The Paybush constituency continues to benefit from government's drive to eradicate pit latrines. Honorable Paul revealed that 39 washrooms have already been constructed in her constituency. 3 weeks ago, contracts were signed for 50 washrooms in Kalabishi. At the end of the construction phase, 98 washrooms would have been built in the Paybush constituency. For GIS News, Shakira Pierre reporting.
Thanks, Shakira. On Friday, the Ministry of Public Works signed 5 contracts to the sum of EC $2 million for solar lighting and a contract exceeding EC $700,000 for road rehabilitation in Hampstead. Lurian Graham Carter has details.
The 6 contracts were signed at the Ministry of Finance conference room by the Chief Technical Officer, Kendall Johnson. The Honorable Minister for Public Works, Senator Miriam Blanchard, expressed her pleasure to witness government's hard work in implementing these projects aimed at the development of the country. The contract signing is a continuation of government street lighting program along the E.O. Libla and the Dr. Nicholas Liverpool highways.
Each contract is for the construction of 120 of these bases and battery boxes. In total, we would have 600 units. Of these, 360 will be installed on the E.O. Libla Highway. On completion, 14.4 kilometers of polylit sections of this highway will be significantly improved. The other 240 units will be installed along the Dr. Nicholas Liverpool Highway from the Marigot end, and this will span approximately 9.6 kilometers.
Friday's ceremony follows the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the government of Dominica and the government of the People's Republic of China a few years ago for a gift of 2,500 solar streetlights valued at roughly 9 million EC dollars.
With the availability of these solar streetlights, this government, through the Ministry of Public Works and Ports, has embarked on a program of increasing the lighting along our major highways. And these solar lights will allow us to make these improvements without increasing the carbon footprint of our beautiful nature isle, Dominica. By that I mean that the installation and operation of these lights have no negative impact on the environment, unlike the conventional street lights which rely on power generated from diesel generators. As well, the solar lights are lower in operational costs. But of even greater importance to your government is your safety and security.
Honorable Blanchard stated that this project is yet another manifestation of the generosity and commitment of the government and people of the People's Republic of China.
I want to take this opportunity to express publicly once more my sincere appreciation on behalf of the government and people of Dominica to the government and people of the People's Republic of China for their significant contribution over the past decade or so to the economic advancement of our country and, of course, the positive impact this has had on the lives of all of us here in Dominica.
To date, 130 solar lights have been installed by local contractors trained in electrical installation by the Chinese. The installation of these lights included the construction of reinforced concrete bases and battery boxes at Pocase, between Taru and Hillsborough on the E.O. Libla Highway, at the Botica Billy Bridge, and along Lale Coco Lubier. Meanwhile, rehabilitation of 100 meters of road in Hampstead area will begin soon.
Due to the risk of road edge failure, this government, in order to protect the lives of those who traverse this road, we are pursuing with urgency mitigation and rehabilitation of the affected area. The ministry has engaged Edgil Fortune & Associates Limited through a design and build contract for the construction of retaining walls, embankment, and pavement reconstruction for a cost in excess of $700,000. The designs are expected to commence immediately so that works on the ground can begin within 8 weeks or sooner. It is expected that works will be completed within 16 weeks thereafter.
Thanks, Lurian. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I believe in the natural order of things. I believe in the harmony of things. You know, in everything we do, we have to keep it natural. I've been doing farming for now over a decade. My day is very hectic, but I make it light, you know, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy producing the best quality goods and to make sure that the people that receive it, they receive the best that they can ever get. Right from the farm, everything that I grow, I process them back into the farm so that the same things that grow in the farm is what protects the farm. Tourism is my business. You know, it's not just dealing with the foreigners that come in, but it's preparing those things that when they come, they can feel and taste the difference in coming to this exotic island. And it starts with the farmer, because we provide the things that they eat, that they taste, that they drink. I believe in my heart that it's my responsibility to provide quality. My name is Tony Alves, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. The government of Dominica continues to pursue access to information technology, particularly in rural communities across the island. The Honorable Minister for Information, Kelvadaru, outlined his ministry's intention to achieve this while speaking at the first graduation ceremony of the Center of Excellence. Kimani Seja has more.
The Honorable Minister for Information, Science, Telecommunications and Technology, Kelvadaru, has reiterated government's vision to expose all citizens to the benefits associated with information technology, regardless of age, gender or social status, through the Center of Excellence. The Technology Minister says Dominica and Dominicans stand to benefit from the many prospects for opportunities available in a knowledge-based economy. Government plans to provide all schools with broadband access with a view to increasing the training opportunities at the Center of Excellence in Information Technology.
Work has already begun in the ministry in looking at avenues to expand the training opportunities available at the center to all schools, but specifically to those in the rural areas around Dominica, using modern communication applications in order to ensure that every citizen, particularly our young students at primary and secondary schools and the college, would have a desire to develop their skills in the field of information technology, would be able to do so. Additionally, the ministry, in conjunction with the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, NTRC, will be working assiduously in the coming fiscal year in having fiber optic broadband connectivity to as many schools as possible, with emphasis in the rural areas on a phased approach as the government seeks to provide broadband capacity nationally.
Government is also refurbishing community centers and school computer labs in several communities to ensure that courses taught at the center are accessible to students and residents in rural areas online.
The government of Dominica, in its quest to bring technology closer to the student, have embarked on the renovation and refurbishment of community centers and school computer labs as remote hubs, together with the installation of a fiber optic broadband infrastructure in ensuring that many courses taught here are made available online to citizens who are desirous of such e-learning opportunities. At present, 2 smart rural centers are being built in 2 remote locations, one in Granford and the other in Laplane, with others scheduled in the new fiscal year in order to facilitate remote access to the courses offered at the center. As Minister for Information, Science, Telecommunications and Technology, I would like to implore our young people to take full advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for further development which this program provides to all Dominicans.
The Honorable Minister was speaking at the first graduation ceremony of the Center of Excellence in Information Technology last Friday. 127 students received 158 certificates of completion in various courses. At the ceremony, High Commissioner of India to Dominica, His Excellency Bishwadip Dey, offered the commitment of the Government of India to assist these students and other Dominicans wishing to further studies in information and communication technology.
We would like the graduating students, if they wish to go for further studies to India on our sponsorship, other public servants, if they wish to do that, we would be more than happy to host them. We would be more than happy to share our experience, which can be of use to the country later.
For GIS News, Kimani Senja reporting.
Thanks, Kimani. Development for her constituency is high on the cards for the Honourable Member of Parliament for the Pebush constituency, Roseau Paul. The Honourable MP is pleased for the upcoming road projects in her constituency. Shakira Pear has more.
Contracts have been signed for various road projects to be undertaken in the Pebush constituency, totaling to over $900,000. On Thursday, a contract signing ceremony took place at the Benz Resource Center. The Honourable Member of Parliament for the Pebush constituency, Roseau Paul, says this is significant investments government has been making to improve the everyday lives of citizens. Honourable Paul encouraged contractors to do the work with pride, as these projects will benefit all in the community.
Things are happening for the development of the constituency, and I am happy that all of you contractors are here to sign the contract. I would just want to encourage you to do the best that you could with the resources, ensure we have quality, because it's very expensive to do roads, and you will be supervised with the assistance of Public Works. But I know we have some very good contractors here, and it is your road that you're building. All of the contractors, you are coming from your own community. So when you're doing the road, you're doing your road.
Present at the ceremony were the chairpersons of the Pebush, Kerdisha, and the Benz, Ansdime, and Ansolda village councils. They expressed excitement for the commencement of these projects and thanked the government for making the resources available.
Let me take this opportunity to say thank you very much. And as you rightly said, since we, the people of Pebush, find ourselves, let's say, especially somebody like Brother Scotton, living in that back road area, it is a necessity, because I can recall that Brother Scotton would always be after me, Remy, when are you all building that road? So let me say a big thank you to you.
On behalf of the Kerdisha Village Council and the entire community of Kerdisha, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Paul for the initiatives that she has taken and her good efforts trying to develop our community.
On behalf of the Benz, Ansdime, and Solar Council, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the government, Dominica Labour Party, especially Ms. Paul, for your continued support. I know the people of Beauty's Lane is going to really appreciate the effort with the road, because they have been complaining for years. So overall, I'd like to say a huge thank you.
Funds for these projects were made available through proceeds from Dominica's Citizenship by Investment program. $11 million has been allocated for the rehabilitation of community roads under the Community Road Enhancement Program.
It is a program which is allowing us to improve communities, to improve the lives of people, to ensure investment in productive sectors. And it is something that we should appreciate. And just to emphasize that the program could not succeed if it was not well regulated. People would not buy into a program which is not well regulated.
One of the contractors, Cotton Farrell, thanked government for the engagement of these projects.
I am one of the contractors for building the part of Teplat Back Road. I want to say thank God for our parliamentary representative, that is Honorable Roseau Paul. I want to say may God bless her and keep her, because that's a project I've been searching and looking for the longest while. And at last, today, it come to pass. And I want to say thank God for her, and also to the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Meantime, last week, a check of $200,000 was presented to the Benz, Ansdime, and Solda Village Council for small business development in these communities. For GIS News, I am Shakira Peer.
Thanks, Shakira. And finally, on Sunday, June 4th, 2017, the Discover Dominica Authority hosted the 8th edition of Dominica's Jazz and Creole. This festival, first presented in 2010, is a festive fusion of jazz music with Creole music, food, and culture. The festival began as a one-day event on Pentecost Sunday and targets families, couples, and music enthusiasts. Hosted during the Pentecost holiday weekend, the festival mobilizes Dominicans to the Portsmouth area, supports the staycation initiative, and attracts visitors from the French West Indies, the wider Caribbean, and Dominicans residing abroad to Dominica. In 2016, the main stage event welcomed over 2,600 patrons, and the festival has been well received each year as patrons appreciate the inviting and casual ambience of one of Dominica's major tourism attractions. This year, the festival main stage featured Courtney Pine, T Orchestra, Breve, and Michael Henderson. Here are some scenes from the event. Coming up next, your tip of the day. As we enter the hurricane season, here are some tips for a basic emergency supply kit. Your kit should include water, food, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, a NOAA weather radio with tone alerts and extra batteries for both, a flashlight and extra batteries, a first aid kit, and a whistle to signal for help. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter @GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Thanks for watching.